Welcome to REST, which stands for Resiliency and Empowerment Seminar today. I am your host, Susan Gans, and I am the founder of Gans Strategic Solutions, which works at the intersection of business and human behavior. REST is about highlighting the journeys of leaders of small to mid-sized businesses, nonprofits, and other community organizations. And it's where we delve into the journeys of those leaders and to find out how they're being resilient, especially during these challenging times. I'm so excited today to have our guest, which is Leslie Tayne. She is an attorney, author, and award-winning financial attorney. She's the founder and director of the Tayne Law Group, which is headquartered in Melville, New York. She has over 20 years of experience specializing in consumer and business financial debt-related services. She's an inspiring businesswoman and entrepreneur who has succeeded in standing out in a pair of male-dominated industries, law and finance. And she's built a reputation along the way as a leading financial debt professional. She is frequently sought out for her expertise in the media and as a speaker. Leslie regularly provides insights and strategies regarding all areas of debt and credit-related solutions to outlets like the Huffington Post, Yahoo Finance, U.S. News and World Report, MSN, among others. So with that, welcome to the show, Leslie.
Thank you so much for having me today.
I'm excited that you could be here and share your stories. So with that, let's start with the early part of your career and how you decided to become a lawyer. And then further, how did you decide to focus in on the debt solutions?
So I always wanted to be a lawyer. So, they tell you when you apply to law school not to state that you always wanted to be a lawyer. But the truth is I did. My father is an attorney. I wanted to be an attorney. It just seemed innate and natural and where I wanted to be. I felt that there was a lot of knowledge there, a lot of respect for the profession, and I followed those footsteps pretty carefully. So I went right from college to law school, and I spent most of my career in law school focused on public service. So I really had an interest in providing for the public. I worked for the Attorney General, I worked for the district attorney, I worked for the county attorney. So I spent a lot of time really focused on that public interest side, learning about consumers and really being aware of the public. But with that, after I graduated, I was looking for a position, and I had worked in a particular field for a short period of time, and an opportunity came up to be in-house counsel to a national company, and I took that. And that started my entire career in the debt field. It was just, frankly, it was a fluke. It wasn't something I necessarily sought out. I didn't have any thought about it ahead of time, but the opportunity to be in-house counsel was something I was looking for, and it fit. So with that, though, within a short period of time, I was completely hooked. I loved the business. I loved the financial part. I loved the consumer side of it. I loved helping people. And I felt that I could provide a service that was missing in the environment. Debt settlement was just taking off. Debt consolidation was all new. And I had an opportunity and a groundbreaking part of that environment to do something new and great. And I had my own vision for it. There was a lot of negativity already in that community. There was a lot of companies that had come in and were not doing best practices. And for me, I felt that I could create a business with best practices, with an attorney-based model to provide those services in the best possible way. So that's how I got here.
And thank you for sharing that. How did you decide that? You said you had your own vision for what this was going to look like. So what was it that propelled you to form your own firm? Because, not a lot of people take that risk and have that courage. So talk about that.
So what propelled me really was I was really incentivized by the company I was working for. I didn't necessarily agree with the direction that they were going in. I felt the direction I could offer was a direction that was missing within that environment, in that world, within debt help and debt consolidation. And I really felt that that attorney-based model was something that consumers would feel comfortable with. So I was inspired really by that change, by my uncomfortableness with what I was experiencing, and my feeling that, okay, I can do this on my own, I could build this. I didn't know at the time what was involved in building a business. So let's be straight about that, I was definitely naive in what you need to put into building a business. So looking back, I jumped at this opportunity to do it on my own without really understanding the commitment in building a business.
And so how did you learn? Did you seek out mentors, sponsors? Like, how did you get that knowledge?
So that was all me working on that myself. I had a really nice foundation of the knowledge in terms of how I wanted to structure the business, but that actually evolved over time. I mean, frankly, I went in with an idea, I started with a foundation, I created opportunities for myself, and as things came my way, I made adjustments. So I was flexible, open-minded, I was willing to make changes. There were times when I was growing exponentially, when there was a big crackdown in the debt settlement world, and the attorney generals were really coming in hard on many of these unscrupulous businesses. I was able to get the fallout from those businesses since my business was structured super well. And with that, I was able to grow a lot. And then I started really networking and getting out there and creating relationships in the community with accountants and other attorneys, and building on that so that they would trust me enough to refer business to me. And also while using and marketing to the internet, where, back in 2000 when I started this, that was kind of unheard of. So I was really a pioneer when it came to marketing my business through the internet.
That's amazing. And how did you, have the foresight to know that the internet was a different way to go, and that it would take hold?
So I don't know that I had projections and thoughts that, okay, this is it for the future. I mean, I do now. I understand that, when it comes to social media, that unless your business is on social media, you certainly will have a challenge in drumming up business. But back then when I started it, we had a website, which was almost unheard of for many law firms. We were evolving that a lot, and then I hired marketing people, and I started hiring in-house marketing and outside marketing people. And I just started, and there's a creative side to marketing that I personally love. So for me in my business, it became second nature for me and an interest for me. It's like when you enjoy creating things, and that's what I ended up doing with my marketing. So as a result, it was a piece of my business that I enjoyed so much, and I was able to easily put a lot of focus in on it. When you don't really like doing something, and there's always parts of your business that you don't like doing, or it doesn't come as natural to you. But marketing to me came super natural. I was able to understand who I was marketing to, how I wanted the message to be out there, and willing to try and learn the lingo of the marketing world, on the internet. And as a result, I just pushed forward and created a whole opportunity for my firm to grow exponentially through the internet.
That's so amazing. And that brings me to my question about resiliency, because you've been resilient throughout your career and journey. Can you talk a little bit about that?
So as a businesswoman, you have to be resilient. You need to be able to roll with the punches. There's good days, bad days, stressful days. That requires resilience. And in the collection industry, and I'm really in the collection industry with clients who are distressed, distressed receivables, distressed debt. I deal with collection agencies. My clients are being sued. You have to be tough and have thick skin in this business. If you don't, you're just going to have a challenging time with it. So the resilience for me really comes with the knowledge that I feel comfortable with myself. I trust my judgment. I trust my instincts. And I know that no matter what is pitched to me, I know I can hit the ball.
And it sounds like that takes a lot of confidence. So how did you build your confidence, and how do you suggest that people, stay in that positive, confident mindset?
So early on, it's challenging when early on you not really sure of yourself and your business. You feel like you're floundering, and I've definitely been in that position many years ago in the early stages of my career, where I felt like I didn't have the knowledge, I didn't know who to reach out to, and things were limited. Resources were limited. Today, it's completely different. You could find yourself a colleague, a friend, somebody in the industry who can help you. I had some industry help, and what I would do is I would reach out and say, hey, what do you think about this? And then they would give me a thought. Then I would start to say, okay, so before I reach out, what do I think I should do? And then I would reach out, and then I would get feedback that I was on the right track. And eventually I weaned myself away from needing that resource, and I was able to make good decisions. I know my business. I trust myself. And if I don't know and I don't understand, I reach out to other resources to help myself. But again, I mean, I've been doing this such a long time. I could do debt resolution in my sleep, and I can manage finances and credit card debt, and all of that is very second nature to me. So at this point, I feel after 20 plus years of doing this, my confidence is really high. But I'll be honest, I've had this level of confidence for many, many years. Part of that confidence is necessary because when you're talking to potential clients and referral sources, you need to sound confident in what you're saying in order to convert them to a client, in order to gain their trust. And that's the same with referral sources. I know my business, I know what I can do, and the confidence is important.
Absolutely, 100%. And that's so related to empowerment. So it, I get the sense that you're very empowered. How to empower others on your team and your clients? How does that work?
So my confidence and my style of communication really does that for my team and also my clients. So that confidence level, I'm confident, they're confident. I can provide good direction to my staff and my clients, create a plan, a strategy, create the trust and build a foundation, and that creates the confidence with your clients and with your staff. If you're not sure what you're doing and you're floundering and you're unable to make decisions and create a strategy and a direction, then you're going to have trouble getting others to buy into that. And it's okay that sometimes you just don't have the answer. I mean, look what we all just went through with COVID, with the immediate shutdown of businesses. You know, nobody was prepared for that. So I needed to lead my team through that and lead my clients through that. And that was something I hadn't experienced like that before. But I know that, again, I was able to do so by communicating really clearly to my staff and my clients.
That's great. And that brings me to a question about, what do you feel that your clients need right now from you? What are they asking for? And is it different post COVID?
So in the beginning of COVID, people were very frightened. There was like tremendous amount of fear. So clients were calling and asking about what's going to happen now if I can't make my payment. Then it went to what I need some resources. So we provided resources. We created a COVID page. We created an opportunity to contact the office at no charge for potential clients and current clients. Of course, they have that anyway. But we reached out to clients, let them know that we were available. I did a video. Again, we created this page for our website to provide resources, answer questions from my business clients on the PPP and EIDL, answer questions from my current clients on unemployment and pandemic unemployment, explain the CARES Act a little bit more, and just be available. Now, as we're getting a little bit closer to the light at the end of the tunnel, now there's a maintenance piece, and there's a lot more influx of potential clients saying, I may have gotten a forbearance, I may have gotten some assistance from my creditor, but it's not going to be enough. I really need help to get out of debt now.
And it's awesome that you're there to help them. Something some people might not know about you is that you're a big dog lover. So how did you get into that? Did you grow up with dogs? How did the dog lover come about in you?
So I grew up with animals. I was really more into cats. I really didn't pay too much attention to the dogs that we had in my house. That was like between my mother and my sister. But and I was really focused on having children. So I was really into babies more than animals. So when my kids got a little older, we were looking for a project, a charity that we could do as a family. Somebody introduced me to the idea of fostering puppies, and I contacted the organization. They directed me to the Guide Dog Foundation on Long Island. And I went in with my daughter and we did an orientation, and I was completely hooked. And we raised our first puppy, who became um, a, a fire accelerant sniffer with the ATF. She was very food motivated, so she was her perfect career was in arson with the ATF, and she moved out to Arizona with wonderful people whom I'm still in contact with and I consider family. And I raised 5 or 6 dogs fully, but I have fostered and raised puppies, newborn puppies from 6 weeks to 10, 12, 20 weeks, probably 50 or 60 of them. So we always have a puppy in the office, sometimes 2, and the Guide Dog Foundation and America's Vet Dogs have become very special organizations to me. I'm not only a volunteer, a diehard volunteer, but I also am a board member now of both organizations. So I took my passion in volunteering for them to a completely different level, where I can help the organizations grow in a lot of different ways. And they do such great things. And if I tell you that these puppies become dogs that save people's lives, that create independence, and it's really such a fantastic organization, and I love my dogs. So I do have a lot. So people always ask me, how do you manage when you have 4, 6, or 10? At one time, one of my dogs had puppies, and we had almost 15 puppies, 15 dogs in the house. I know, it sounds crazy, and it seems crazy, but it's a chaos that I just absolutely love. I'm super passionate about it.
It sounds like you thrive, like the inner project manager in you comes out, and you thrive on all that activity and making sure that everybody's okay and helping them navigate, whether they're a puppy or a client.
That's true. That's true. I do love my puppies, and but I love a full plate. I love projects. I'm very into that. I'm very, as far as a businesswoman in general, I love the growth of things and change, and be able to take somebody from one place to another. And the dogs do the same thing, just like my business does for people financially.
Yes. So what would you like people to remember from our conversation today?
So I'd like people to remember that, business and resilience and confidence are all part of the package. That it's okay to have difficult days. It's okay that you feel like you're struggling, that you're not sure what direction you're going in. It's not, running a business and being a business person is not always going to be, a field of poppies. It's going to be very challenging to grow those flowers, plant the seeds, watch them grow, cultivate it, and know that in the end you can enjoy the fruits of your labor. I love what I do so much, and without having that passion and drive, it definitely would be challenging. So hopefully somebody takes away that they too are passionate and very driven, and know that they'll be able to enjoy their business as it grows as well.
We can certainly tell your passion and how it's been truly a journey, and more to come.
No doubt.
And I want people to find you, Leslie. So what's the best way that people can find you?
Oh, there's so many ways. First of all, you can put me in any search engine under Leslie Tayne and find me, but it's www.taynelaw.com. We are on every possible social media platform: Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, and Pinterest even. So we're all over the place. If you go to the site, there'll be links directly there, but you can certainly find us, and hopefully in your show notes, there'll be some writings about how you can contact us. If you'd like a newsletter from us, you're certainly welcome to write to us at Leah, L-E-A, @taynelaw.com, and my marketing team will make sure that you're added to the newsletter. We have some really great stuff that we put out.
Perfect. So that's taynelaw.com. Tayne is Tayne, law.com. Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, Pinterest, a newsletter. It's Leah, L-E-A, @taynelaw.com. Leslie, it's such a pleasure to spend time with you today. Thank you so much for sharing your journey. It's been very inspiring and motivating. And to our viewers, we hope that you took away from today that your business is intertwined with confidence and resiliency. Until the next time.